Good evening. I'm waiting for the dropped frames to kick in. Very good. This is Dr. Ehrenstein saying that the pharmaceutical companies must live, in particular Biogen and Elan. Long live monoclonal mouse antibodies or whatever they are. Very good for now. Just remember, at any cost. Good evening. If anyone wants to email me and tell me to get a haircut, I don't mind. I need one. That's been my complaint and bugaboo, among other things, for quite a while. Just a little update. Let me rest my trunk. Skip Tysabri due to a head cold. I'd rather not have Tysabri with a head cold. I am due for it in about a week. Transportation problems are causing that to be a problem. In other words, it comes up on March 31st, and the way I used to get there was a service would bring me, and it's not that I can't walk in, and but it's more of a vestibular issue or a balance issue. I don't drive so well, and what I mean is walk into the facility is what I meant. But anyway, I'm using filler words again. Classic MS, I guess. I can train myself not to do that, I guess. But Tysabri, I guess it's coming up on year 2 for me. I just had an MRI, and the doctor's secretary or office worker said to me, "Your MRIs are normal." Well, for MS, what is normal? I don't know. I don't feel too bad. It is springtime. I've heard a heck of a lot of comments about none of us feeling terrific during spring. With the temperature going up and down, the pollens start to come out. You get used to being warm on a 70-degree day, and the next thing you know, it's 40 or 30. Tonight here in Connecticut, I think it's going to be 18. Anyway, I'm trying to think. I think I can feel that I missed 1 month worth of Tysabri, although I feel pretty good. And then, but still something seems to be sliding a little bit backwards. Maybe it's even my speech. I still wonder, well, that seems to be intermittent. I think I've said on YouTube before, my sister's got it a little bit on one side as opposed to both. Mine seems to do what it wants to do. Good luck to you. I forget your name. Bad with names. The guy who was starting Tysabri, I think, in this past week. I'm hoping you feel a little bit of difference in about. I think I felt a little bit of difference in week 1. It does do something, and then I've talked to a couple of people who said we feel no difference at all. But anyway, I wonder where my balance goes. I know I've talked about this before. I can see where a lot of it goes in this video camera here. It's I don't know, the neck. Something to do with the neck. Anyway, got an appointment with a neurologist, I think on the 19th, and I'm going to be attempting to switch where I get Tysabri this week. I've been chewing Ampyra, not taking the whole tablet, but taking maybe an eighth, a quarter, an eighth, and a quarter, etc., and so forth. And then I think I'm burning myself out. In other words, I don't need to go to a laundromat on foot, walk the dog twice on foot, and stuff like that. And paradoxically, I will use a scooter to go to the other end of town. But then what's really weird is my head and neck get in the scooter mode. Ka-chunk, 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 ka-chunk. And so when I get off of it, I'm like, there's residual ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. It's like I got to get off of it, time out, walk in circles, then go do what I was doing. And that's, I don't know what you call that, residual vertigo or whatever. But I guess it's still, what is next? I would still think maybe that research would be interested in my family, with 3, possibly 4 people with MS, all siblings, and then someone else. My apologies, I'm learning disabled when it comes to names and handles. Someone else had expressed strong familial MS too. I'm not sure if it was every sibling or not. But sinuses. I was researching. I think that's one thing that shows up on my MRI. I've got inflamed sinuses. And one of the worst, the first, and then maybe 15 years later, the worst MS attacks came after something that seemed to be sinus. In particular, in 2005, my nose started to run like a sieve. At the same time, I was saying to my wife at the time, I'm a little bit hot, my neck is stiff, slow down, I can't keep up with you. I soon found out that I wouldn't be able to keep up with her again. So anyway, maybe this is good head practice. And here, well, we've got all sorts of issues here. Cervical disc issues, recovering from whiplash, if you ever recover from whiplash. But this PT, physical therapist, I'm supposed to do this, or this. You notice it goes further to one side than it does the other. I also know that I'm searching for symptom management meds. It's like they're not working as well, or maybe my expectations of myself have changed, or maybe I'm expecting to recover spontaneously or something, or find the right pill. I'm on clonazepam. That stopped my diagnosis. That was actually given to me by a doctor, a psychiatrist, for anxiety. The reason I was so damn anxious, pardon my language, in hindsight, was that things weren't coming together right. I was overstimulated and I had a postural sway. So when I got my script for Klonopin, or clonazepam, I felt pretty good. Reduced tremor, reduced sway, less overstimulation, and what have you. So I don't know, I'm also on Ampyra, Ampyra, a nibble, and amantadine to battle fatigue. But I think a lot of it's this nonsense. But what do you do when you lose muscle innervation? Then you lose muscle strength. Then you lose muscle size. And I'm not going to win any weightlifting competitions with this little thing. So I don't know what the case is here. I guess there has to be some kind of action, I think, and it has to be on my part, or I have to cut my losses, learn what fatigue is, and learn when to take a break. Anyway, that's it. But I guess as the Kenny Rogers says, know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. Anyway, best of luck to all of you, and that's it. And one last thing. The pharmaceutical companies must live. They will live. long past your eyes.